Have you ever had that weird feeling where on paper everything in your life is going pretty well? You got the promotion, you're hitting your goals, your relationships feel solid, but you still feel like you're falling behind. It's this quiet, creeping anxiety that just doesn't make any logical sense. It's like you're running a race you never even signed up for and somehow you're still losing. That feeling, it's the work of a silent thief. It sneaks into our lives with one mission: to steal your happiness and convince you that you're not enough. Today we're going to unmask that thief. Its name is social comparison. And by the end of this, you're going to have the exact tools you need to fire that thief for good and get back the joy that is rightfully yours. This thief doesn't kick down your door. It's way more subtle. It whispers to you while you're scrolling through your phone late at night. You see an old college friend's engagement photos, a colleague's incredible vacation, or a stranger's perfectly sculpted body, and all of a sudden, your own life feels a little less colorful. That's the heist in action. It's a quiet robbery of your self-worth. This constant act of comparing, especially on social media, is a huge hidden factor that messes with our mental health. It quietly fuels stuff like anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, envy, and regret. And this isn't just a hunch, it's a real psychological thing. Study after study shows that frequently making upward social comparisons, that's the fancy term for comparing yourself to people you think are better off, is strongly linked to lower self-esteem and more depressive symptoms. This feeling of being behind in life even has a name: milestone anxiety. It's that pressure we feel to hit certain life goals by a specific age: the career, the house, the marriage, the kids. And when our real life doesn't match up with that invisible timeline, we start to think we've failed. But here's the big question we forgot to ask. Behind according to who? We take on these timelines we never actually agreed to and then beat ourselves up for not sticking to them. This thief convinces you that your life is just a checklist and you're not ticking the boxes fast enough. It's a total trap, and it keeps millions of us feeling inadequate, no matter how much we've actually accomplished. To beat this thief, you have to understand how it operates. And the first thing to know is that this isn't some personal flaw. Comparing yourself to others isn't a sign of weakness, it's a deeply human thing to do. It all goes back to 1954, when a social psychologist named Leon Festinger came up with his social comparison theory. The idea is pretty simple. As humans, we have this basic drive to understand ourselves, and when there's no objective, no social way to measure our skills or opinions, we look to other people's as a measuring stick. It's basically an old-school survival mechanism. Early humans needed to know where they stood in their tribe. Am I a decent hunter? Am I a valued member of the group? Comparing was how they got answers to stay safe. So this instinct isn't your fault. It's literally hardwired into our brains. But here's the catch. That ancient hardwired instinct was not built for the modern world. Specifically, it was not designed to handle the ultimate sidekick to our inner thief, social media. Social media is the perfect weapon for the thief of joy because it creates this world of constant, warped comparison. We've all heard it called a highlight reel, and that's exactly what it is. People post their biggest wins, their most flattering photos, and their most exciting moments. Nobody posts about their boring Tuesday morning, the fight they had with their partner, or the moment they felt deeply insecure. So we end up comparing our whole messy, complicated reality, bloopers and all, to someone else's perfectly curated, filtered highlight reel. When you play that game, you will always lose. It's completely rigged. Research shows that being constantly exposed to these idealized lives fuels those upward comparisons, leaving us feeling like we just don't measure up. This is especially tough on adolescents and young adults whose sense of self is still developing. Studies have confirmed a powerful link between social media comparison and things like body dissatisfaction, anxiety, and depression. The algorithms even feed into this, showing you content that makes you feel envy or admiration, because that's what keeps you scrolling. The thief isn't just in your head, it's being actively enabled by the technology in your hand. Now, if any of this is hitting home, if you've ever felt that sting of comparison after a late night scroll, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the video reach more people who might be fighting this same battle, and it lets me know we're on the right track. And if you're ready to learn how to take back control and fire this thief for good, make sure you subscribe because we're about to get into the practical how-to solutions. Alright, so you get the problem, and you know why it happens. Now for the most important part, getting your happiness back. We're going to fire this silent thief, and we'll do it with 3 powerful actionable steps. The fastest way to feel like you're falling behind is to chase goals that were never yours in the first place. The cure for falling behind isn't to just work harder, it's to get back in sync with yourself. This means you have to stop seeing life as a race against everyone else and start seeing it as your own unique path. You are not behind, you're simply on your way. The biggest mindset shift you can make is to adopt this mantra. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. I mean, seriously, think about it. Your only real competition is your past self. Did you learn something new today? Did you take one tiny step toward a goal that actually matters to you? Did you handle a situation a little better than you would have last year? Those are the real wins. This is about celebrating your own progress, no matter how small it seems. Your brain actually gives you a little hit of dopamine every time you accomplish something, even a tiny win. So start tracking your own progress. Maybe keep a journal. Just acknowledge how far you've come. When you're focused on your own growth, you have way less time and energy to worry about what everyone else is doing. Your path has its own timeline because it belongs to you and you alone. It's really hard for comparison and gratitude to live in the same headspace. The thief of happiness loves a mindset of not enough, constantly pointing out what you don't have. Gratitude is the direct antidote. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already there. It literally rewires your brain to see the good that already exists in your life. This isn't just a fluffy, nice idea. It's a practical exercise. Every single day, I want you to actively look for things to be grateful for. You could get a journal and each morning or each night, write down 3 specific things you're thankful for. Don't just write my family. Go deeper. I'm grateful for how my partner made me laugh today. I'm grateful for the 10 quiet minutes I had with my coffee this morning. That specificity is what makes it so powerful. It forces your brain to scan your day for positives instead of scanning social media for things that make you feel bad. And when you feel that pull of comparison, use gratitude as an emergency stop button. Just pause and name 5 things right where you are that you're thankful for. The chair you're sitting in, the light from the window, the phone you're watching this on. This simple act breaks the negative thought loop and grounds you back in your own reality. A reality that's probably much richer than the thief wants you to believe. You're the gatekeeper of your own mind. You get to control what information you let in. Think about it. If you had a friend in real life who constantly pointed out your flaws and made you feel awful about yourself, you'd stop hanging out with them. You need to apply that same logic in your digital life. I call this an input audit. It's time to curate your social media feeds with the ruthless goal of protecting your peace. For the next week, be a detective of your own feelings. As you scroll, notice how each post actually makes you feel. Does that influencer's account inspire you, or does it leave you feeling drained and inadequate? Does your friend's constant career update motivate you, or just make you feel like you're not doing enough? Be brutally honest, and then use the unfollow or mute button without feeling any guilt. This isn't being negative or being jealous. It's an act of self-preservation. You're decluttering your mental space. Unfollow the accounts that trigger the comparison trap. Follow more accounts that show realistic lives, that teach you something, or that inspire you with creativity instead of curated perfection. Fill your feed with things that genuinely make you feel good. You can't always stop that initial impulse to compare, but you can absolutely control the ammunition you give it. Starve the thief by cutting off its supply. So the game plan to fire this silent thief is this. First, focus on your own story and compete only with the person you were yesterday. Second, practice active, specific gratitude every day as a direct counter to feelings of lack. And third, do an input audit and curate your social media to protect your own well-being. Remember, this thief only has the power that you give it. That feeling of being behind is an illusion, a story sold to us by a world obsessed with fake timelines. Your life isn't a race against anyone else. It's a story that you get to write, one meaningful page at a time. Your worth is a given. It is not and has never been up for comparison. So now I want to hear from you, because we're all in this together. What's one way you fight back against the comparison trap? Share your best tip in the comments below. Your strategy might be the exact thing someone else needs to read today. Let's all help each other out. And finally, if this video helped you, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next one, where we'll be diving deeper into how to build unshakable self-worth. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.